Hey everybody, I'm back, Jerry again. So, had to wear masks at work and I had got some itching, so I figured I'm going to end up shaving it more, but I figured I'd have some fun with it. So here it is. I don't know how long I'm going to keep this going, but I'm enjoying it at the moment. Let me know what you think. All right, so today I'm going to do a list. This is going to be my top 10 spring cheapie list. And some of these fragrances can also be worn in the summer as well, because some of them are suited for hotter days, because sometimes in the spring you get some hotter days. And what we have here for number 10 is a Salvatore and Ferragamo fragrance, and that is Acqua Sensuale Colonia. This one has neroli in it, and it mimics the Acqua Colonia line of fragrances, the niche house, the regular cologne, very, very well, and it does it at a much cheaper price. And the longevity on this one is pretty decent. It's above average, and it definitely good for white t-shirt, casual fragrance, just smelling good. You could dress it up, you could wear it to work, and you'd be just fine because it just smells clean. All right, so the second fragrance on the list, number 9, is from the House of Burberry. Now, this one became heavily discounted. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe that's just because it was maybe just a market flop or something like that. I'm not sure why it's discounted so much right now, but it is a pretty good fragrance. It uses mint quite a bit, and that mint is very lovely, and it's just like right off the top note, the thing that I love the most about this fragrance, and in the dry down it changes up a little bit, but in the top notes, it's almost like you're walking on a beach with a bunch of pebbles. So, and that water's kind of going in it, and it's like more of a fresh water, not a salty water, and then mint, and it just smells so fresh, and it's Mr. Burberry Indigo. So very good casual fragrance, white t-shirt type vibe, and you're going to see a kind of a theme in these cheapies for me, I typically gravitate towards fragrances that are, when they're cheaper, to be more easygoing and casual fragrances. I buy more sophisticated stuff. I then tend to spend more money on things that are going to be dressed up and things like that. So number 8, we have Davidoff Cool Water Intense. So this fragrance right here is still has an aquatic vibe to it, but it goes into a sweeter direction, and it's very lovely. It's very nice. It's perfect for the spring on those colder days or on those transition days where it's not so quite that cold, but it's not that warm yet either. Number 7 on the list is going to be an old favorite of mine. This one was worn when I was younger in my middle school years because I could not afford to buy Acqua di Gio. So I looked up what other fragrance smells close to Acqua di Gio and gets the same performance as Acqua di Gio. This is the one that popped up, and then it said it had a cinnamon note as well, and I liked that, so I went out and bought it. This is not my original bottle, by the way. The original bottle is long gone, but this is one that I picked up for nostalgia purposes, and I have worn it a few times. I haven't worn it that much. So there it is at number 7. Number 6 is going to be another nice one from the House of Montblanc. So this one right here actually does the same job as a couple of my other fragrances, and one of those fragrances that I like quite a bit is Issey Miyake, and it's the Blue Eau Fraiche one, and it's very similar vibe, and that's Starwalker. So Starwalker's got higher ratings, I think, than the Blue Eau Fraiche version of Issey Miyake, and I can see why. It's just so nice. I want to give it, I've worn it a few times, but I want to give it more of a shot. I don't know why I gravitated towards Issey Miyake more than this one, but I kind of want to do a comparison just with myself and maybe share it with you guys on those two fragrances just to see if this one can knock out the champ. So there it is. This is a cheapie as well. It's Montblanc Starwalker. All right, so next one on the list is one that always gets me compliments when I wear it. And I've given it away as a gift to my friend and my dad, and they have, I think my friend completely went through the bottle, 100 ml bottle, and my dad is coming close if he hasn't already. So I'm probably going to have to get my dad something new very soon, and my buddy as well, because I missed his birthday, and that's usually what I do, is I give him something for his birthday. And I do have plenty of stuff up here that I'm probably not going to wear myself that I'm going to give him. So here we have Les Parfait Pour On by the House of Armaf. They are a clone house. This is a twist of two fragrances together, and that is a Aventus and Green Irish Tweed. And I like it smells so good. It's its own thing, and this is something that I can definitely recommend. I'm not big on clones, all right? So this right here is basically a clone, and I did it when I didn't have the money to buy Acqua di Gio so many years ago. But I can recommend this because it's got something different that Acqua di Gio doesn't have, and it's actually probably better as far as how long it lasts. So I would probably recommend this getting over to Acqua di Gio because it's got better performance for the price. And then there's another one by Paris Hilton that you can also try that's called Just Me. Back to number 5. This one is my number. We're in that top 5, and this one is one that I can strongly suggest you guys get. I'm not big on clones, but this is one I recommend strongly. It is a mix. It's a twist, and I do like the twists because it gives you something a little unique, and this has got it. It's got uniqueness. Does it still smell like stuff that's already out there? Yes, it does. But nobody else is really going to probably smell exactly like you, because it's going to almost smell like you sprayed one squirt of Aventus or something like that in a backdrop of cool water or a Green Irish Tweed. All right, number 4 on the list is reminiscent of what it would smell like in the early 2000s if you walked by an Abercrombie & Fitch store, and that is Montblanc Legend. This has got a lovely lavender, and it's got a nice mix. It's very aromatic. Oh, and the longevity is pretty good on it too. I love this fragrance. It's really good. I wore it a lot in the past, and I'm just trying out so many new things now. I haven't been wearing this much recently, but as far as cheapies go, this is definitely one that I can recommend, and you can get a really big bottle on Fragrance Net for a really good price. Just go check it out. You won't be disappointed if you get this one, and if you want to know what it smells like, just remember what it smelled like when you walked by Abercrombie & Fitch in the early 2000s, and that's what it'll smell like. I'm not sure what they smell like right now. I haven't been to a mall during this quarantine, and it's been a while since I have been. But wow, this is a good one. All right, next one on the list is one that you could definitely spray on before you go to the gym. It's kind of strong because it's got a really strong citron note in it, but it's definitely really good, and it won't disappoint. It's going to perform. It's going to do what you want it to do. It's just going to make you feel smell clean, and when you want to reach for something that's really easy, like a gym scent or a white t-shirt scent, something casual, you don't want to think about it too much, this is one that you can reach for, and that is Prada Luna Rossa Sport. So the citron in this is a really strong note, and it kind of lingers for a little bit, and then it dries down, and it still smells a little bit soapy, so definitely good with this one. All right, so we have one house that made the top of the list for 2 and 1. One house. And that house is Calvin Klein. Now, I do want to make a disclaimer here, or a confession, or whatever you want to call it. Eternity Eau de Parfum is not on this list, but I highly recommend that fragrance. It is cheap to get, and it should be on this list. The only reason it's not on this list is because it made my regular non-cheapie list, because it's that good. So if you like the house of Calvin Klein, and I actually enjoy Calvin Klein, they've had a lot of fragrances that don't do so well, but if you do like it, try it out. And here's 2 others that you can also try out. So number 2 is Euphoria Essence. So Essence has a very different vibe about it. It's better for spring because it's got more green nuance about it. There's others in the line that are better for fall, winter, and summer. So you're going to see more Calvin Klein Essence in some of my top 10s. But really like this one. I've worn it a few times this spring, and I strongly recommend this one. Calvin Klein Euphoria Essence for men. Okay, so finally for the number one. This is the one that out of this whole entire list. Now, obviously, I recommend all of these. I would say that they all get my recommendation. But this one is so far on the cheap side, but it's so good that I just don't see why. I think everybody that collects fragrances should probably have this because it's unique, it smells good, and it's mass appealing at the same time. It's just so good, and that is Calvin Klein Reveal. So Calvin Klein Reveal makes my number one spot. It's spring in a bottle, gourmandy. It's got it all. It's got that tonka bean. It's got the green in the mid. It's got that fresh in the front. It's got it all. Yeah. If you look at the note breakdown, you'll see there. You look at everything. It was like, how's everything dancing with each other? How's it working? But it's pretty well blended. Fragrance for what it is. Is it synthetic? Yes, it's synthetic. But Calvin Klein really knocked it out of the park with this one. Give it a try. You won't be disappointed. That's it for now. Thanks for watching my top 10 cheapies for spring. And stay tuned because I'm probably going to be sporting the same beard, the same sweatshirt, maybe even the same hat for my next video. And that's going to be my spring top 10, and we're going to get into some other fragrances that I have worn through the spring, and that I'm going to wear a little bit more in those rainy days in the summer as well, because a lot of times I pull from my spring list when it's rainy out and when it's a little cooler. All right, see you soon.